listening to the Barroom Network. The following program is intended for all audiences. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Goon Podcast with your hosts, Joe Mandel, the Goon, John Santucci, the Tooch, and the man with the plan, Adam Schaum. We're bringing you the fantasy football knowledge that you need every single week.
Derrick Henry still going. He might go. 99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
Flushed out again all the way down. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown. Only Mahomes turns what might have been a 15-yard sack into a 27-yard touchdown.
Saquon Barkley across midfield, down the sideline, stayed in bounds, and Barkley takes it all the way. 68 yards for his first NFL touchdown. McCaffrey right up the middle, and he is gone for the touchdown. 58 yards. This is to Thomas. He's gone. Touchdown Saints.
Okay, it's time for the easiest part of any coach's job, the cut. Now, while I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to, I have cut a lot of you. Steven, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you. Congratulations, the rest of you made the team. Except you, and you.
God bless fantasy football. There are many things a man can do with his time. And this, better than those things.
Is that Zim? That's Zim, isn't it?
Where?
On this.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
The White Sox just signed Murakami. Is that true?
Yeah, they did.
Wow. Nice. Yeah.
But no one cares about the White Sox, though, Zim.
Well, I mean, they started to...
I mean, maybe a couple people here.
Yeah,
But...
they got some young players that probably get that number. I mean, they'll probably pick that Rock Chalowski or whatever his name is, number one overall.
Yeah, that dude, that guy's a Chicago guy if I've ever heard one.
Woo, Rock Chalowski, yeah. Well, fantasy football, we're nearing the end. This is arguably our last show, maybe one or two more. But, I mean, I'm pretty much out of everything except guillotine. I'm one of the last three, but that's about to end, unless I have a monster day. But I'm
just a little bit favored here in the Barroom League to go to the championship. I'm a little like 55% projected right now to win. And then I was looking right now. It looks like I'm 50-50 against Aldo to make the championship of the Dynasty League we're in, where I inherited the worst team possible. And somehow I've made it. Me and him are 51-49 to go to the final of it. But neither one of us have any chance because there's one team that has clearly stacked the deck against the whole league.
Stacked,
Yeah, seriously, Tooch, they have a week where they scored almost 300 points.
Holy shit.
Where the other teams are like 100 points. Like something happened in this league before we were part of it, and no one will admit to it, but it's obvious to everyone.
Collusion.
Yeah, there's been a number of teams have already quit because of stuff, obviously, where how we ended up with these teams. And yeah, it's crazy.
Who won Barroom last year? Was it me and you the year before, or you last year and me the year before?
I lost the championship last year.
Okay, I won then.
And you won, and I won the year before that, I think.
Right, that's what.
And Lero won, I think, the year before that.
Right. And my team, drafting, I didn't do terrible, but my sin was giving up on Travion, although he hasn't been out of this world. Next year he'll probably be a little better, and. It's that New England curse with three running backs.
Yeah. I know.
Where we always used to say, me and Joe used to always say, Bill Belichick hates fantasy football.
Right.
He would just run 1/3 of carries to this guy, 1/3 to another guy, and 1/3 to the third guy. So, but yeah.
I know. I had the Goon League. I had Travion last week, and I was on the bye, and he had the 35-point game, and now he'll probably get 10 today, And I already went against Puka, so I'm already beaten that, on that one. Like
I know.
I've already
I am
lost.
too. And in Guillotine League, I'm out of money, and the other two guys have like, you know, 10 to 20, $30. And
Can they still buy players though?
Yeah, they could put $1 on it. Like they just put dollars on it to prevent me from getting stuff. One guy put $2 to prevent the other guy, you know, and they have stacked teams. My team is okay. I've got an outside chance. I would say like a 5 or 10% chance, but
so that league and the Yahoo one now, you can still the other teams that get cut are still available now.
Yeah,
like on the other guillotine format, remember after 4 teams, you could no longer the cut players didn't go to the waiver wire anymore.
On Yahoo, everybody's available. Yeah,
they still go to the waiver wire even when they get cut at the end.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's nice. We got Barflies in the chat room. Want to talk a little Bears game? And look, my thing. Last year's Bears team played 45 minutes. This year's Bears team plays 65 minutes. You know, they play hard to. They'll fight you in overtime. You know, and you and I talked before the show here. Our group chat was like, the Bears still can't beat Green Bay, you know, and then you know, our all those text messages are forgiven, you know, everybody. Yeah. But you know, with this team, you can never count them out. They seem to play their best football in the last 5-10 minutes of the game where
it's crazy.
They're under the gun. They're high pressure, and I think a team like that could do some damage in the playoffs. What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, that's all it takes every year is a team with the momentum and on the hot streak. You know, I mean, we've seen Philadelphia do it in the last couple of seasons, where it's second half of the year they just take off and find their rhythm. And like Ben Johnson said earlier in the year, you know, they're going to be playing their best football in December, and that's where they're headed right now. They're winning the tougher games now.
And there was a time we were whoever I was texting with, whether it was our group chat or another Brother Souls or whatever group chat, I was like, well, maybe Ben Johnson wasn't 100% right about playing the best ball in December.
Right.
The direct snap, Komet under center, direct snap.
Oh man.
Stop this cute shit, line up and run the freaking ball. You know?
Yeah, you're the most dominant run team in the league. Just pound it down their throat. You need 6 inches or whatever it was. And I'm like, why are you got Cole Komet behind the center? And like, you have Manungai or Caleb could have just snuck that. Just a regular. Caleb's great at regular sneaks. You know, like
or run the bootleg. You know,
Manungai was already just showing his power the whole game already. I mean.
Frickin' Green Bay, when Willis came in, they were running the Wildcat, and it was successfully against us, you know? And our ends crashed down, and that was Malik Willis's sign to take it, you know, hit the edge, and you know, Booker and Dominique Robinson both bit, and they crashed down, and they didn't hold the edge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is the best Bears season in a long time. We're so far ahead of schedule. It's like unbelievable, and you have to give props to ownership for making it happen, general manager for all the free agent signings they're pretty much golden. I mean, like I said Wednesday night on Brother Souls, I mean, you can ding Ryan Poles for the Dio Dengbo signing, giving him all that money and, you know, not a lot of return on the investment. The Grady Jarrett, he looks a little past his prime, although he made a few plays last night.
He looked good last night, man. I made a point early in that game. I was like, man, Grady Jarrett is all over all these running plays, man. He was in the middle of all these. Every time they were handing it off to Jacobs or Wilson, Grady Jarrett was right in the middle of it.
And, you know, there's a lot of evidence that he probably wasn't healthy until just recently.
Exactly. You know? He was hurt most of the year. Yeah.
Been hurt. Yep. Was hurt last year.
And that's great for the Bears that you're finally getting him healthy because he's an older player, you know, getting him healthy here at the end of the year when you're going to need him the most. That's pretty ideal, really.
Yep. And that's one thing that worries me about the Bears team going into arguably postseason, because I don't think it would take some, you know, 2 losses to make them to, and even then they would still probably make the playoffs. But I mean, we will most likely 90%.
There's still a chance they could not. So I'm like you. I don't want to say that for sure, but
But I mean, by all accounts, it looks like we'll have postseason football in Chicago, probably a home game. And last night, my partner on Weekend Sports Betting Tips, Anthony and Sean, both of them picked the Bears. So. And Anthony texts me. He's like, I'm putting, 5 units on the Bears. I'm like, really? God, I can't bet on the Bears because whenever I bet on them, they lose. Yeah, like a minute before the game, I throw money on it. I'm like, all right, Bears minus 125. Let's do it. And then they start playing like shit. And I'm like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like I cursed it, you know, and then all of a sudden, man, we got that onside kick. I'm like, holy shit, they're going to win this game. And I had wished I had live bet it when there was like no chance, just like throwing $10 on like plus 1,300 or whatever it was for them.
Yeah.
Because I had 99.5% of Packers winning the game. The Bears only had a 0.5% chance, you know?
Yeah. I get people all the time that are like, hey, what do you think the Bears are going to win today? I'm thinking about betting on them. And I'm like, I never bet on the Bears, so don't ask me.
I never do either. I had a couple bets. I bet like DJ Moore 4 catches and Colson Loveland 4 catches and Monangai over 40 yards. And that was like plus 200, 175, 200, something like that. That one came through. That was a nice, easy bet. No sweat.
Did Loveland get 4?
Loveland, or three for Loveland and 4 for
DJ
Moore, and 40 yards for Monangai. And it was like plus 1 something.
When Monangai lowered his head on that screen pass on the sideline, man, I loved it. He just pounded that dude right as he was about to go out, and he's like, "I'm hitting him anyway." Just knocked him, man. Like
they're asking for some fantasy advice now. After we're talking, they wanted it Bears, now they want fantasy.
All right, let's go.
Well, okay, real quick though, what's the mood like in Norman after Alabama came back from a big?
Big man, well, one of the guys I was with last night, he went to the game Friday night, and he had no voice last night. He had lost his voice, and he's like, "Well, we had a hell of a time for half of the game." You know, and he's like, then the second half it just went silent in there, and I was like, "Yeah, man, that thing turned around fast in the second quarter there." And
I mean, last we saw Alabama get thumped by Georgia. And then,
Alabama's not that good, but OU had beat them 2 times in a row. It's like, who's going to beat Alabama 3 times in a row?
And they were a 6.5-point dog in Tuscaloosa, and they ended up winning 23-21 for that first meeting. And this time, it got out to a 17-point lead, and you think, okay, man. And the thing with Oklahoma, they're a lot like Iowa, but great defense, great special teams, horrible offense.
Yep, exactly. Their defense fell apart in that game in the second half
against Alabama. The SEC's been kind of a down year for the SEC. To be honest, Oklahoma, Big 12. They're not really.
Nobody's been dominant, really.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just before we get into the fantasy, we got lots of time too. So before we get into fantasy, I do have one. Okay, so college football playoffs after yesterday, Alabama's going to be heading to number 1 Indiana. That Indiana national championship would be pretty sweet, man, for the Hoosiers. That'll be nice to see if it's an Indiana-Ohio State rematch. Last night, Oregon beat James Madison. That was an easy bet for me. I had Oregon team total over 33.5. That was like zero sweat. I had like 3 bets that were like zero sweat last night. Arizona last night versus San Diego State in college basketball. Iowa versus Bethune-Cookman in college basketball. Minus 25.5. They won by 45. And then the Oregon team total over. So those are 3 easy. And then I threw some money on the Bears and won that, but miraculously. But it was like a 4-0 night for me last night.
That's awesome.
So it was a lot of fun. Any thoughts on the college football playoff bracket before we get to some of these questions?
Man, not really. I don't do a whole lot of the college. I'm rooting for Indiana at this point, though. Indiana and Alabama, obviously, the winner of that game, I want to win it all. I've always been an Alabama fan because I was kind of raised to love Alabama. So I'm like that outsider around here in Oklahoma where everybody else is OU fans, and I don't root against OU, but I'm always rooting for Alabama most of the time. But I would love to see Indiana upset them and go all the way. It would be awesome. But Miami kicked the shit out of Texas A&M. Well, didn't kick the shit out of them, but Texas A&M only scored 3 points. I think I saw.
It was like game was boring as hell for the first 3 quarters. Right. It's like 3-0, 3-3. All right, let's see what we got here. Fantasy time. All right, Jetta's Keyshawn Booty or Quentin Johnston in the wide receiver 3 slot, half-point PPR.
Man. I don't even want to say anything about Jefferson again, but I feel like you got to play him again. But I said last week I wouldn't do it again. If he did fail, then he failed.
I played him last week, 5 points. I'm like, he's too good to not come out of it,
Well, they have to, and Kevin O'Connell's not that stupid. He has to know, just dial up plays for him and tell J.J. McCarthy, throw it to Justin Jefferson. No matter what, you throw it to him on this play. No matter what, just throw it to him. Like, you see other teams do that with these stud receivers, and they end up with 15 catches. Like, he's one of those guys that's good enough to just throw it to him every play, and he'll end up making something happen. He's not just going to let it get picked off every time, like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's got to happen. I am prepared to play Quentin Johnston today if he's a game time decision. That's my concern. If Quentin Johnston goes, I think it's a great matchup versus Dallas, and I think you could get one of those boom games. And I'm behind 70-0 against Puka Nacua and AJ Brown in a league, and I'm going to play Quentin Johnston if he plays. I'm going to use him today.
Yeah,
hoping for that 2 touchdowns versus Dallas secondary.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna endorse Justin Jefferson cautiously. Keyshawn Booty doesn't catch a lot of balls, but when he does, he catches a touchdown. So he's a real boomer bust, and Quentin Johnston's kind of the same boomer bust. And I'm with you. I think that Kevin O'Connell has just got to, the problem with Minnesota is the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he's that good, or at least he's not good yet. And I'm not sure he's that smart of a player. He seems like kind of a lunkhead.
Yeah, exactly. He just the answer, I guess, to me is I would play Jefferson again. But if you're hesitant about that, Quentin Johnston would definitely be the other option there if he's healthy. Because Dallas secondary, like I said, is too good of a matchup. Wide receivers get tons of points versus them.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree. Okay, and he's got another question here. Dowdle's on the bench because you can't play Packers against Bears, Buka. You got to sit him. But
I don't think Jacobs came back in after he fumbled either. After he got stripped, he was out.
Yep, he was gone. He's been injured. I love Rico Dowdle today. He's got some incentives he wants to hit. Contract incentives where he can get like $250,000 if he reaches it. And I love Bucky Irving today as well. Henderson's to me is this you've got Stevenson there, and there's even another guy that they've been playing. I mean, look, the talent with Henderson is amazing. I would go Bucky and Rico. How about you?
I'm probably gonna stick to Bucky and Henderson.
Okay. I like Dowdle's matchup today, but
I love Rico Dowdle. You know that. I've loved him for years now. He's an awesome player. They just, every time I've been watching them the last few weeks, they're not getting him involved when they should be. Like, I see it, and I'm like, okay, this Rico Dowdle carry right here should be. And then Chuba Hubbard's standing back there, and then they throw a stupid pass play. And I'm like, you could have ran that in with Rico right there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't trust it lately. I just don't trust it. Chuba. I worry about it. Like, you have to get a touchdown right now with Rico, and not that Travion's that much different, but man, Travion can break that 50-yarder any play easily. Yep. And we saw him do that a couple of times last week alone.
It's just that they feed that. I mean, Ramondre gets more of the
it's just the concern of that Ramondre comes in at the 5 a lot, kind of like Charbonnet does to the Seahawks. And it's brutal. I know
the goal line scab Allgaier for over Bijan at the goal line. It's like, stop. I
guess I'd probably say something I say pretty often on here. Depending on your matchup, if you're favored, you might play Dowdle for the safety of he's going to get his fair share of carries and get his yards. But if you need to come from behind, I would play Travion.
Yeah. And I got to me the Baltimore defense has started playing a little bit better. That's the concern. Yeah. I think Baltimore might go on a little run here. I've been waiting for it, and it just hasn't happened as early as I thought. I still think they can win that division. I don't know.
Well, that's the night game too, isn't it? Baltimore and Patriots tonight. Yeah, nice. That'll be a good game. I think the Baltimore's going to beat them.
I know. Buka says, he pulled a dummy move with Jacobs. I mean, I have Jacobs on I have a few shares of Jacobs, and I didn't play him against the Bears, and one, because he's been on the injured list the past 3 weeks.
He was even more questionable than Swift was, and both of them were, announced yesterday. Yeah, they were game day decisions.
My dumb move was I played Colston Loveland last night. I thought he'd be a big part of the passing game, but it was so freaking windy, and it was so my other choice was Kyle Pitts, and he had a massive game the week before, so I was like. I'm like, what are the odds of him having 2 in a row? So now I'm like 6 points out of Loveland. So I'm on my way to getting chopped. I'm like, that was dumb. I had Pitts in there. I switched it at the last minute. I'm like, I was thinking, 5-6 catches and a touchdown. I would be like, okay, that's a nice safe floor. He got 3 catches.
Man, I could have sworn you mentioned the win. I could have sworn Santos missed that field goal. That one. I was like, oh no, he missed it. And then they were like, good, and I was like, that was not good. It curved out. No way.
He played the wind like a champ. It was like
he did good.
He curved. It was like a bowling with a hook.
Yeah,
bowling a strike with a hook, man. It was amazing, man.
I know, but before that last one, I cracked up on that last one because we were in the bar, so it didn't really have much sound on, so we were watching it. But you could see it there, like I guess it was Tom Brady was drawing all these lines across the screen, and then this hook thing, and he had lines going this way and lines going this way, and this hook, and I was like, oh God, this is going to be a disaster kick right here.
Yep.
And then he drilled it, man, that 50-yarder or whatever, he just drilled it down the middle.
And I was
like,
texting
wow.
everybody. It was like I was like Santos MVP.
Yeah,
of the game.
But yet I still have no faith in him ever. I'm always, every time we bring him out, I'm just like, no, God, no. Don't kick it again. If it's under 40, I'm okay with it. But over 40, I never feel good about it.
I take back everything I said about you.
Yeah. They gave him the game ball last night, too, for it. He played good. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But that one, I think it was the second one, man. I could have sworn it hooked too far and missed it. And I was like, oh, no.
Yep. You end up getting it, man. All right, Mikey says he's got what's our outlook on Michael Carter today? I think I'm starting him in the barroom. Like I'm not crazy about it.
I think he's a pretty solid play. The other guys are mostly hurt. I think it's just Carter and DeMarcado healthy.
He's in my flex in one league.
Yeah,
DeMarcado's the most talented back on that roster.
I tell you what, I've never had a fantasy season where there's so many obscure running backs like that people are playing at this point of the year.
Or wide receivers like Michael Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing today.
There's just so few dominant running backs right now. There's so many. Everybody's playing these mid running back. Yeah, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing. I'm not positive actually.
So let me go through some of this. I do have some injuries.
It looked like T. Higgins was expected to play. That's a big thing there.
Let's let me hit some of these players.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. is expected to play. T. Higgins expected.
Okay.
Well, let me refresh that, though. That was a few minutes ago.
The Bills, nobody out except for their kicker. Matt Prater is out for the Bills.
Drake London's supposed to be back today.
Yep. For the Browns, Njoku is out. Dylan Sampson is out.
Njoku's out? Oh, man.
Deshaun Watson
is out.
Deshaun Watson out for the Browns.
Oh, wow. That's a shocker.
limited participation in practice, though, this week.
Why?
Chiefs, Tyquan Thornton out. Rashee Rice out.
Yeah,
that's big. Other than that, let's see. Any thoughts on Gardner Minshew today? Good game, average game, bad game?
I mean,
it's a good
honestly. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to be. I think if you have Chiefs, I think he'll do fine for your receivers or whatever. Rashee Rice is out; he's the big one. But like a couple of my buddies I was with last night are Chiefs fans, and they were like, "Oh, I'm not even watching Minshew play and stuff." I'm like, dude, he's a great backup. Like, I would be more than happy to have him play. Like, they're just mad because they're already out of the playoffs and everything, so they've kind of just pissed off. But it's I think Minshew will do just fine. I mean, he's not Patrick Mahomes, but it's not like you've been getting like huge production from Kansas City players. So, like, what are you really going to miss other than Rashee Rice?
Mahomes had a great fantasy season, and Rashee Rice has been solid. Other than that, I mean, Kelsey's been okay on fantasy.
And Kelsey can probably do the same thing with Minshew, right? I mean, I don't see anything crazy that was happening that Minshew can't do for Kelsey. Like, it was just basic plays. Like,
let's see. Bengals Dolphins, you have, like you said, T. Higgins is going to play.
That game might be a shootout there, I think.
I don't know, man.
No, with Ewers playing, I forget Ewers is playing. Right. I was thinking with Tua, but
stupidest thing, man. Why the F would you do that? I guess they just want to see what he has.
Yeah.
Noah Fant on the Bengals is out. For the Dolphins, Minkah Fitzpatrick, that's a good cover player in their secondary. That's about it. Vikings, Giants, let's see. Nobody really of significance. Giants.
Yeah, they're mostly healthy, I think.
Mostly healthy, yep.
I kind of like Darius Slayton in that.
Chargers and Cowboys. Nobody really.
I think Cowboys are getting Diggs back on defense.
Let's see. Yep, he's questionable. That's it, man. Nobody really of significance. I'm looking for Devon Velays.
He's out.
Did not participate, so.
Yeah, they ruled him and Devin Neal out the same day, like a couple days ago.
And the other wide receiver, Mason Tipton, questionable with the flu.
Yeah, I think Olave's a big game today.
Alvin Kamara out. He hasn't been back in a long time. Doubt we'll see him the rest of the season. For the Jets, Mason Taylor, tight end, out. Wow, who's his backup? I don't even know. I mean,
I don't remember.
You're probably not playing the Jets tight end, you know?
I think Adonai Mitchell in that one.
As it is. Jaguars, Broncos. Bashal Tootin out for the Jaguars. All right, so it's a tough matchup for Travis Etienne, but he is getting every single touch.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne or Bucky Irving?
I'm not sitting Bucky Irving, man. I don't think I'm playing Bucky Irving no matter what, I think.
All right.
I mean, surely you could probably play both of those guys, I would think. I mean, I don't know.
Yep. Got to sit one. Pickens, Jameson Williams, Lad McConkey, Cortland Sutton.
I was reminding the guys I was with last night while we were watching the game, when the Bears kept bringing Torrey Taylor on the field. I was like, hey, the Bears got that guy 2 picks before Bucky Irving. I kept reminding, they were like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, Bucky Irving was picked 2 draft picks after this punter the Bears took. And they were like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, I remind myself of it every time he walks on the field.
I'm a never draft a punter guy. And
that first punt was awesome, but then the next one was like shit and everything. And I'm just like, why did we draft this guy? Like, are you kidding me?
I know. And he went to Iowa. It's like, I should love him. But.
I don't really, even if he is a great punter, like it was a 4th round pick.
Let's see. Who would you sit here? George Pickens, J-Mo, Ladd, or Cortland Sutton? PPR.
Ooh, man. Which one would I sit?
They're all good players.
I'm going against Puka. Okay, yeah, you're screwed. So I'm playing Ladd today. He's one of my starts. I think it's a great matchup versus the Cowboys for him.
Yeah. Sutton has been fantastic the last 4 or 5 games.
He has.
It's hard to trust.
They're versus Jacksonville, though, right? Jacksonville's a decent defense. J-Mo, the Lions are against
Steelers, and their secondary is banged up.
Steelers.
So already I'm Jameson and Ladd.
I'm kind of maybe out on Pickens on those 4.
I am too. I don't like his attitude, but I mean, it could be a shootout. That's why
he's kind of due for a big game after the last few is what worries me. But he has not been on the same page the last few games. His attitude sucks. They don't look like they're even trying to get him the ball like they were. Oh, that's a tough choice there, man. It would either be I'm playing J-Mo and Ladd, and it would be between Pickens and Sutton for me on my sit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Goddamn.
If I'm behind to Puka, I'm probably gonna sit Sutton and take the Pickens upside for that 150-yard game and 2 touchdowns chance. Yeah. I think that has a better chance than Sutton doing that.
Yeah.
You need your biggest games, and Pickens and J-Mo are the biggest options there for monster games, and then Ladd's the consistency.
Yep. And Pickens, it's between Pickens or Sutton. Who's going to have the – do you want a floor or do you want a ceiling? Both guys got –
Well, going against Puka, I think you have to have the ceiling if he's already got 50 points down to Puka. So I think you got to – I'm sitting Sutton out of that.
Let me hold on one second. Let me just look at the totals on these games real quick, because an implied total will give us some hint on the Vegas side of it. The biggest total on the board so far is 50.5 Chargers and Cowboys. 52 for Steelers and Lions. So you want to get a piece of the Steelers, Lions, and Cowboys.
I don't think the Steelers are going to score that many points, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be a nice script, playing from behind, and Rodgers is trying to get the
Yeah.
feed the ball deep to Metcalf and some of those other guys. Would you start Metcalf or Jettas?
Ooh.
And I'm way behind. I've got Metcalf in there. What about Metcalf or Ladd?
I'm playing Ladd.
It's like
I think this is a big Ladd game.
It's like Metcalf has that big ceiling,
Yeah. But when was the
Ladd-
last time he hit it, though? I mean, even in his good games this year, he's got like the last week he had a good game, but it was like 3 catches. He just got a touchdown. He made that.
It's a good question.
Good run.
Let me see if I can find that actually.
There's Stafford. I mean, Rodgers just does not target him like you would think he would.
No, he doesn't get a lot of targets and stuff. Fantastic matchup against the secondary on Detroit is like decimated.
Yeah.
So here's his last 4 games: 14, 6, 22, 14. So he had a 22 game against the Ravens on the road.
But I'll bet he's only hit 20 a couple times the whole year.
Yep, twice.
Yeah. I guess I would probably play Metcalf, though, like you said, in that they're probably going to get behind to Detroit, I would think. And so
throw it up.
And he could get 2 touchdowns. So, yeah.
So Ladd.
Probably go Metcalf over Jettas, I guess.
Ladd has 3 20-point games. But his last 4 games, here's his last 4 games: 4, 14, 2, 4. But he has got a fantastic matchup today, man.
And that was when Herbert first got hurt, too. So,
yeah,
when Herbert first injured his wrist or whatever, a couple of those games have been with that. So, I think Herbert should be getting better right now. And I think that game's pretty important to the Chargers to win, isn't it? I mean, they need to win that game. The Cowboys were officially eliminated last night with the Eagles win.
Yeah, let me see if I could get a playoff picture graphic up. NFL playoff picture. Maybe it's listening to me, it's like it hears me.
Like Cowboys and Bengals are the 2 teams that are like out of it, but you still hope they keep playing Dak and Burrow and Chase and Higgins and CD. All keep just trying to build something up for next year or whatever.
Yep. Okay,
I need like monster CD games. I need monster CD, monster Josh Allen to have a chance to come back from the Puka thing. That's my only hopes. I see it. It's
right.
Like one of those Josh Allen 60-point games is my only hope. And he's got Cleveland. We saw Caleb tear up Cleveland last week. So what could Josh Allen possibly do? Maybe that's my only hope.
Let me see here.
Yeah, I agree with Mikey on that one. 50 and a touchdown for Ladd. I think he's probably going to be more like 70, 80 yards and a touchdown, but the Chargers should be the Denver should lead that division, and then the Chargers are probably 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's the Chiefs and the Raiders, so they're out of it.
So Chargers are in the 5 position right now. They're pretty well situated, but they got to win some because there's some other teams looking in. You got Buffalo in the 6th spot, Houston in the 7th spot, Jacksonville in the 3 spot.
See, I feel like it may be too late for me against Puka, but I feel like teams with Josh Allen are in for a hell of a run here because Josh Allen and the Buffalo is still behind New England. They're 1 game back. They're going to play like hell these last 2 to 3 games, and Josh Allen could have some monster performances here. And he's been good all year. I think he's quarterback 1, but it hasn't been like the last couple of years where it's like 40 every week. He's been getting 25 every week, and he's had like 1 or 2 monster games. But
all right, got a question here from Zabby. Half-point PPRs looking for a flex player. T. Higgins coming back from concussion. Omarion versus the Cowboys. Tyrone Tracy in a tough matchup versus the Vikings. JJ, so I assume Justin Jefferson. And then Jacoby Myers. And he's got ETN as his running back, too. It's a tough matchup, but he touches the ball 20 times. I mean, you don't think the Jaguars could get down for some goal line touches for ETN?
Yeah, I think it's possible.
There's no Bashal Tootin. I have ETN. My choice was like ETN or Bucky Irving, and I'm so far behind. I went with Bucky. I'm just like, I'm waiting for Bucky to rip off an 80-yard touchdown run, and this one to save my bacon.
I feel like Hampton could do that today. I'm big on Hampton today against Dallas. I think he's looked really good so far. They've just kind of been minimally using him, but man, I feel like this is the day he might break out again.
Splits time with Vidal a little bit, and then the Cowboys have been a little better against the run since they acquired.
Oh yeah, Quentin Williams really turned their defense around a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't know if Quentin Williams is playing. I think he might.
I don't know if he's playing either. Let's check that.
It seemed like I might have heard something about him out, but maybe not. But T. Higgins has been great when he's played. T. Higgins has been quietly one of the best receivers this year, under the radar. Every game he's played.
Quentin Williams is questionable with a concussion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I heard he might not play, and that's huge for Marion Hampton and the Charger.
So, and Higgins is coming back from concussion too. Omari and Hampton coming back. Everyone's coming back from concussion this game. To me, Jacoby Myers is my least favorite.
Yeah,
I love the player.
Myers is one of my sits today. He's on my duds list.
Yeah,
it's a tough matchup. I don't think they get much done in that game.
I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game. That's my worry about that. Denver, Jacksonville. To me, that's like a 16-13 game.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel too.
Let's see what the total is on that game. 47 points. It's actually kind of a high total for. They're looking at more like a 24 or 20, 28, 24, 27, 24. 24, 20 type game. 26.
Sounds like 28-26 or something like that.
26-22. That's the implied score. 25-22.
Right. Oh yeah, 48. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess that might be to me. I think.
The quarterback, both those quarterbacks have been moving the ball pretty good. So that's probably why it's so high. I mean, Bo Nix has been playing pretty well lately.
Yep. Lawrence is playing. At
both
a high
defenses
level.
are pretty good, though. I think it's kind of I think they both kind of dial it down a little bit this week.
Yep. All right. So one for his flex. What do we think?
I think I'm in. I mean, I would keep ETN as the RB2, and I would play Higgins and Hampton. If Higgins is playing, I would play Higgins and Hampton.
Yeah, he just needs one for.
I feel like Burrow's going to have a big game off that shitty game last week. I feel like he's going to show, like, I didn't quit last week. I wasn't, I just had a bad game. I feel like he's going to prove that he was, because he looked bad last week, and it looked like he didn't really care. And I think he's going to show, like, that. Look, I just had a bad game, and slinging around a bunch of that.
Yeah, for me, it's between Justin Jefferson and T. Higgins in this one.
Oh, we need just one. I thought he was playing two. Oh,
yeah, just one. Yep. Unless you want to swap out Etienne and put in Hampton or Tracy, but I wouldn't. Etienne's going to get all the touches, man. LaQuint Allen will come in once in a while for some passing down work, but Etienne also catches the ball, man.
Yeah. I don't. It's Higgins or Hampton for me. Either if Higgins plays, I'd probably do him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I love Hampton.
Mikey says, Ladd McConkey's a lock for 50 and a touchdown.
Yep.
Jacoby just signed an extension, so he could go off this weekend. He's going to see a lot of PS2, though.
Yeah, that's my worry. Is he's going to get a lot of good coverage there, and
that frickin' pass rush of the Broncos is no joke. I mean, the Jaguars play some good defense too, but they're not like as good as the Broncos.
Yeah, they were really good at this. Jaguars are a lot like the Bears. They live a lot off turnovers, and it keeps them in the games and stuff.
Yep.
But their defense is just kind of mid.
Yep. Yeah, the Bears are like turnover monsters this season.
I know, man. And last night they had two of them and got no points off them, and I'm just like, there's no way they win this game with no points off those turnovers. Exactly. When they blew the snap over the head and got no points off turnovers, I was like, that was like 20 points right there they could have had.
I know.
Like
the luckiest team this season, man. Luckiest Bears team ever for me. I might as well get into our start sits that might help some people out. I love the matchup for Justin Herbert. I think he's a lock for 250 yards, 1 to 2 touchdowns. Looking for 2 here against that secondary of Cowboys sucks. Brock Purdy playing at a high level He's got banged up Indianapolis secondary and some weapons to throw to.
Yep.
And then Jared Goff with a nice matchup against another injured secondary in the Steelers. No TJ Watt to rush the passer. I think the Lions roll this game, man. The Lions -7 to me feels like a slam. I don't think Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers score much against the Lions defense. Rodgers is going to have to beat him with his arm. It's a tough defense to run on the Lions. You could throw.
I won't be surprised if Rodgers doesn't make it through that game.
You still got Aiden Hutchinson rushing the passer over there.
Exactly.
Lions -7 is a smash for me. And then
I feel like Rodgers is like literally on his last leg right now and barely making it through this year.
Adam's got Jacoby Brissett at the Falcons. I mean, he's been fantastic. He's like, his floor is like 20 points.
He's top 12 quarterback every single week he's played.
Yep.
Not one. No other quarterback has done that. He's the only quarterback that's been in the top 12 every single week of the season that he's played.
They're letting him air it out too.
Yeah, they're always behind. They're always behind, and so he always throws it at least 40 times a game.
Yep.
And it may be ugly, but by the end, he's got 18 to 20 points at least.
Yep.
And then Lamar, I know a lot of people are starting Lamar, but a lot of people have benched Lamar for weeks now, right now is now or never with the Ravens. They're still alive. They can still make the playoffs. Pittsburgh looks like they could be on the ropes today versus Detroit. I think Baltimore is going to make a statement versus New England today. I think we get a vintage Lamar game. And I love Brock Purdy, like you said, versus Indianapolis with all those weapons. And Indianapolis is just on a downfall like no other. I think the 49ers just roll over the Colts.
I do too. All right. Let's head to running backs. Now we got Adam's got Amari and Hampton.
Yeah. And then I'm taking a chance on Jordan Mason today versus the Giants. Aaron Jones has not looked very good, especially running the ball. He's still pretty decent in the passing game, but it looks like he's semi-banged up like he always is. And Minnesota kind of seems to be taking it a little hesitant with Aaron Jones. So I don't know why they would run him into the ground with nothing to play for hardly at the end and get him hurt any more than he already is. I think Jordan Mason's going to get some goal line carries versus a bad Giants defense. They're very bad against the run. So I think Jordan Mason can be a savior with a touchdown for you if you just – I'm playing shitty running backs at this point of the year. A lot of people – that's what I mean. There's very few that are good. So if you need the touchdown, I think Jordan Mason's a pretty good bet for it. And then I'll take Devon Achane versus Cincinnati. They're probably going to stack the box against him because Quinn Ewers is a quarterback, but Devon Achane has got done every single week this year. He's been the most consistent running back of anyone. He literally has less dud games than anyone. I think he's only had one game below double-digit points the whole year, and it was like 9 or something. He's done a great job running, especially for his size, man. He always finds the yards. So Cincinnati's defenses, we know they suck. I think they're just going to give the ball to Achane a bunch, and it may not be a monster game, but he's going to pay off and get you what you need for your floor anyway.
Yep, I agree. I love Devon Achane. Today I'm going against him in guillotine, of course. So I got Bucky Irving and Rico Dowdle. They're facing each other. I got Quinshawn versus Buffalo. Buffalo's run defense is arguably the worst in the NFL. If I was the Browns, I would pound him. Now, he also does some damage in the receiving game, so if the Browns get down, they have to throw with Shedeur. I think Quinshawn's a lock for maybe 3 catches, maybe 25 yards, maybe 4 catches.
When I watch Bucky Irving play, man, like he looks like one of the best players in the NFL to me. I think he is so good, and it's like Tampa Bay is falling apart. Like they're on the verge of missing the playoffs here. If they don't use the shit out of him today, what is the point of having him? Like
I agree.
He gets yards so easily, it seems like on a carry that Tucker might get 3 yards, Bucky gets 6, and he finds those holes easily.
Yep.
Like they got to just feed him. Last week was so frustrating. Every time they got inside the 5, Sean Tucker came on the field. And it was like, Bucky scores those touchdowns every time. Why are you taking him off the field? Like, he's a great touchdown scorer.
They like the size of Tucker. That's what I heard. 6 foot.
Yeah, 20. I know, but when Bucky gets it done, what does it matter? Like,
I agree.
Bucky does it in the passing game as well. So I just feel like they got to feed him the ball today versus Carolina. That's a huge game for the division right now.
Yep. All right. My wide receivers, Ladd versus Dallas in the slot. Jawan Jennings at Indianapolis and DK Metcalf at Detroit. I already talked about all these guys.
Yeah, I like them all. Jawan Jennings, man, with Purdy and Jennings have that connection, man, and the red zone, he looks for him.
I don't know. I thought Ricky Pearsall's injured again.
I think he's out again.
I think he's out again too. It might be a game time decision. It's a Monday night game. Ricky Pearsall, he's out.
He's out. He's out. Yeah.
So it's going to be all Jawan, all Kittle, and all McCaffrey. And this should be a fairly high-scoring game. I've got money on 49ers -6 versus the Colts. To me, that feels like a pretty good bet. Could it be a trap game? I don't think so. I mean, Phillip Rivers doesn't impress me. He can't move. He never could, really. And now he's 44 years old. Can he throw the ball to the open guy? Sure. Niners defense is playing a lot better, though, Adam.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a lot better than they were at the start of the year. Unlike you, Phillip Rivers just going to have to throw quick slants as quick as he can, get the ball out of his hand. Like, he may complete some passes, but I don't think there's any yards there. I'm mentioning Alec Pierce and all those guys for the Colts. I don't think you can trust it. It's 49ers by 1 million, I think.
I actually kind of like Tyler Warren today just because he does that short work underneath. But
yeah, that could work out.
He could be like five catches, 50 yards, and maybe a touchdown.
I think Jonathan Taylor's going to slow down a lot here for the playoffs, where he's carried people to the championships and the semis, and now he's got tough matchups, and the team's on the downhill and just stacking the box against him.
Yep, Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, the first part of this fantasy season was like gold for Jonathan.
Unbelievable,
Taylor. Yeah, it was like 3 touchdowns a game for a while there.
Somebody in one of my leagues, one of my friends, took just Jonathan Taylor with the very first pick in the draft, with number 1 pick, and we were all like, "What the hell are you thinking?" We're like, "You're crazy." And then like the first month, it was like, "Oh my God, what did he know that we didn't?" Like, holy cow.
I took McCaffrey in a lot of leagues because that's where I drafted, and when and you and I and Joe, if we do a recaps show, the running backs that are like the hogs of their team's touch total, those are the guys you have to draft in the first round. Otherwise, you miss out on some of these guys, then you're hoping that a later round guy like Bucky Irving last year comes around, and you happen to get him in the middle of the round. So a lot of people thought it was Travion Henderson. Shit, I took Woody Marks with my last pick in almost every league. I liked what I saw in the preseason. I thought the kid, was a decent runner and a great receiver. But yeah, it's next year is going to be. I think when you're drafting, you'll see that philosophy: the bell cow, the target hog, the touch hog. Those guys will be the first round pick. Any thoughts on who would be the first round pick next season, number 1 overall?
I really don't have any idea, man. I was thinking about that yesterday, or when I was watching that OU Alabama game. I would start thinking about the draft, and I was like, man, I don't really even know who the top prospects are this year yet.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure. Like, I don't know many of the quarterbacks that are really high potential right now that they're looking at.
You can't say Christian McCaffrey would be the number 1 overall pick just because of age, but he has had a really good fantasy season. And Jahmyr Gibbs.
I thought you meant that in the actual NFL draft. You're talking about fantasy draft?
Yeah, fantasy.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, right now you got to think about Jackson Smith and Jigba as being the number 1 pick, I think, or Puka. I mean, those two guys are the most dominant receivers right now.
I was gonna say it was Puka Nacua.
Yeah, to me, there's 3 players: Puka, JSN, and Chase are the 3 guys that dominate for their team so much that those would be the top 3 picks for me.
And Chase really hasn't lived up to that.
He still had a great year, but not because Burrow's missed so much time. I mean, he played most of the year without Joe Burrow, so like 10 games or something. I mean,
agree. For me, I think of Puka. I mean, you can't. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is going to be a late round first pick again, just because of age, and injury probability, possibility. Jahmyr Gibbs is a fantastic player, but there's always a frickin' David Montgomery around to vulture touchdowns. I like James Cook a lot, man. I was like, he was a 2nd round pick. That was a great pick. We got some news here. T. Higgins cleared concussion protocol. He will play. Thank you. That was a good pick by us then, I guess.
I mean, did you see like last week when T. Higgins or 2 weeks ago, I guess, whenever he got the concussion, he literally caught a one-handed touchdown and got concussed on it.
I know. It was
and did it like it was nothing. He was just like, boom, I'll catch that. Oh,
his head slammed on the turf.
And then that was like his second touchdown and 150 yards or something. Like, he's still good, man. He's so good.
It's great. Yeah. Harold Funine you got versus the Bills. It's a tough one. The Bills are number one against the tight end.
Yeah, but Njoku's out. Njoku's out. Sanders that's his go-to guy. He's leading the team in targets with Shedeur and under center. It's the easy thing for him to do right now. When all else fails, Buffalo's going to be all over Shedeur, so he's going to have to get rid of it. I think Fannon's going to be
took Fannin away last week, but Fannin to me is a wide receiver, not a tight end. He just has the tight end tag. He's more of a wide receiver. He's built like a wide receiver, moves like one. I don't mind this play. I think it's a good play versus Buffalo. Be playing from behind.
And then Juwan Johnson, we mentioned Vele's out, so it's going to be Olave and Johnson getting all the targets pretty much. Yep. Kamara's out, Devin Neal's out. Those are your pass catchers, It's going to be Audric Estime, who might have a good game. I got him as a sleeper, but Juwan Johnson should get a ton of targets there. New Orleans is playing good and kind of trying to see what they got for the future. Yep. And George Kittle, we talked about San Francisco rolling the Colts. I think Kittle has monster game in that one early. He may get it all done in the first half for you.
Yep. For me, I got Kelsey with a new quarterback. I'm gonna safety blanket for Minshew.
Yeah, I think it's a safe play.
And I'm just kind of like, who you're starting. You're starting, the studs. You're starting Kittle and Trey McBride, and I like the Rondé Gadsden today. I think, like I said, I think this game's a shootout. I think Herbert could get you 300 yards maybe today.
Yeah. And
then Tyler Warren I already talked about with the underneath stuff. All right, flex, half-point PPR, Michael Carter or Jake Ferguson. I'm going, oh, man, this is tough. I love Ferguson. Let me check the matchup against the tight end.
That's not a great matchup for Ferguson.
Where are the Chargers against the tight end? They're actually pretty good. They only allow.
Yeah, they're pretty good against him. I kind of think I might play Michael Carter in that because Carter can catch a few balls too.
And Carter is going against the Falcons.
Not very good defense.
23 points to the running back position. So I guess we'd have to go Carter in this one. I think there'll be some scoring in this one.
I love Ferguson, and he's a red zone target. But, man, since while CD was out, he was tearing it up. But, man, when CD came back, it's not been the same ride.
If Michael Carter wasn't a pass-catching back, I would definitely say Ferguson, and this is half-point PPR.
Right. From my knowledge, from what I remember, when Carter came out, he was kind of known as pass-catching back.
Yep. 100%. I love Ferguson is such a good player. It's hard to sit him. I wonder who.
But man, like for Dallas, like Dak has played great this year, but it's just worked out where they always get rushing touchdowns. They end up at the 2-yard line. Somebody gets tackled at the 2, and then Javonte gets a touchdown. So it's like it's killed Dak's touchdowns this year. It's hurt CD's touchdowns. It's hurt Ferguson's touchdowns.
Yep.
Like so much rushing touchdowns have happened. It's just been one of those unlucky type of years for fantasy as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Because Dallas offense is great, but their actual players don't have that many touchdowns. It's all spread out. And a lot of it's with the running back.
You think about which defense is tougher, the Chargers or the Falcons.
Yeah, the Chargers defense is a little better.
I would go Carter here. All right. We did my tight ends. Let's do some sits. I got Hunter Henry at Baltimore. Just the tough matchup. The Ravens are good against the tight end, and for whatever reason, he just hasn't been hitting them. And there's other tight ends I like better. I got Pickens as a sit, but to me, he's like checked out. Maybe he blows up. But
based on what we've seen, he is a sit. It's just you just hate the thought of seeing 30 points on your bench in the playoff.
Yeah, exactly. Chargers have some good cornerbacks, and they're a good defense. Could it be a shootout? Yeah. And then to me, this is a no-brainer. I'm sitting Ash and Genty against the Texans.
Oh, yeah. That's a horrible matchup for him there.
And the offensive line is the worst in the NFL. It's a shame because if the Bears did happen to get Genty, he would be having a year like Cal Monangai, you know.
You take away that Bears game, Genty's like the 40th running back or something on the year like that. Yeah, all his points came in that Bears game.
Yep. All his yards. All right, Adam sits. Aaron Jones at the Giants.
Yeah, I just don't trust it. I think he's not fully healthy. I think they're babying him right now. I think they don't have him a lot to play for, so I don't think why they just run him into the ground out there. I think Jordan Mason's going to get the goal line stuff and is a better play against the Giants today. And Jacoby Myers, we talked about PS2 covering him versus Denver's tough matchup. And same situation with Brenton Strange, just a tough matchup. I think the Jaguars are not going to score 40 points like they did last week or however many it was. And I think it's a lot slower game here today for those two. And they both have something to play for. So I think they play a little safe and try to run the ball. I'm not trusting those guys this week in my playoffs.
AFC Championship preview.
Very well could be.
Yep. Is George Pickens playing for another contract? Is he still on his rookie contract?
Oh no, he's due for a contract. Yeah. No, that's what I mean. He was playing for a shit ton this year, and then all of a sudden it's like, what are you doing? You're letting it fall apart. You were about to get the biggest contract imaginable.
Yep. Yeah, maybe it is. He is a good play today. All right, sleepers. Audric Estime versus the Jets.
Yeah, again, he's going to be the main guy, I think, for the Saints today. We've seen them pick it up. He had a couple of good catches last week. So I think he could get the touches out of the backfield, running the ball and some catches. So I like that one if you need somebody.
You like this game for sleepers, the whole game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've got all these guys in the same game here. Adonai Mitchell against New Orleans. He's been getting the targets and the deep plays for the Jets. He's putting up about 10 or 11 points a game right now if you need him. And then Tyler Shuck, man, he's getting it done with his legs. He's really showing the Saints, hey, I might be able to pull this out for you next year and be the guy. The Jets defense is absolutely awful. It's about as good of a matchup as you can get right now. So I like Shuck if you're desperate for a quarterback.
Yep, the Jets are terrible on defense.
Shuck's an older guy, you know. He's not like real rattled out there. He's just like, I'm gonna do the best I can and we'll see what happens, and it's working out.
He's actually played pretty well for fantasy. Yeah. They've won their last few games, the Saints, improbably. Darren Waller at the worst defense for the tight end. You got Quinn Ewers, I know, but man, Darren Waller has been getting open. He's been running good routes, catching the ball.
I just worry about him without Tua.
Without Tua, that's the thing. A big target, a red zone target. If Quinn Ewers is going to find anybody, it's going to be this guy. And if they're playing from behind,
Cincinnati.
Yeah, versus Cincinnati, if they're playing from behind, Cincinnati can't rush the passer for shit without Trey Hendrickson. So I like Waller today. I got Xavier Worthy at Tennessee with no Rashee Rice. So it's either him or Hollywood Brown for me. So I think I like Xavier Worthy a little better.
Yeah, he could have a decent game with Minshew. He might get some more screen passes and kind of try to break one.
Yeah, and they do like to throw him the deep ball. Minshew's not afraid of throwing the deep ball, I tell you. And then I got Gesicki on the other side of that tight end matchup with versus Miami. Miami is also these are the two worst teams versus the tight ends, the Dolphins and the Bengals. There's no Noah Fant. You know, I could see Gesicki getting a touchdown in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I almost said that earlier when you mentioned Fant being out. I was like, Gesicki time today.
Yep, another red zone target. All right, let's see if we got some questions in here. You think Ewers finds Waller over Waddle?
I do not feel good about playing Waddle today.
Yeah, I like the bigger target in Waller, especially in the red zone, but I mean, it's possible.
That actually reminds me.
If Ewers gets to 200 yards, I would be surprised, but who knows? Maybe he plays well. Let's go over some prop plays here. Let's get him rolling here. I've got Stephon Diggs over 4.5 receptions. Mike Evans absolutely kills the Panthers. Evans over 64.5 receiving yards. Michael Wilson over 58.5 receiving yards. Might be a little challenging with Marvin Harrison back. Baker over 228 passing yards. I think Baker's going to throw today. Josh Allen over 1.5 touchdown passes versus the Browns. Nico over 66.5 receiving yards. Juwan Jennings, anytime touchdown scorer. Jahmyr Gibbs over 17.5 longest rush versus the Steelers. They've been victim to long rushes. Chris Olave over 61.5 receiving yards. And Justin Herbert over 242.5 passing yards. Those are my favorite prop plays for today. All right, Adam, 10:30, you got to get to work in an hour.
Yeah. What do you think, Quentin Johnson or Jalen Waddle?
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, if he plays, that's what I'm thinking too. Just wish they'd say, is that a late game?
Chargers are 3:00. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, probably so. Damn it.
So let's see. I've got 4 wide receivers here. Olave, Metcalf, Juwan Jennings, and Michael Wilson in.
Oh no, the Chargers is at noon versus Dallas.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Ladd or Michael Wilson?
Ooh,
that's tough.
Ladd with Harrison Jr. playing.
Okay. Metcalf or Ladd?
I'm playing Ladd. I'm confident in Ladd today.
Okay. Cortland Sutton or Metcalf?
Metcalf.
Michael Wilson or Cortland Sutton?
That one's close there.
I know. Yeah.
Oh man,
it's tough. Those are my. I mean, like I'm looking at the Yahoo points. Metcalf projected for 15 today, 81% start. Michael Wilson projected for 15.66 points. That's the thing. I'm like afraid to take Michael Wilson out because sometimes that dude just gets like 15 targets.
Yeah, that's why I might play him over the Sutton one you asked last there.
Yeah.
Because he's been getting so many targets. And we mentioned how Brissett's just throwing it so many times from behind that.
Yeah. Yeah. DK Metcalf versus Ladd. It's either Ladd or DK in this lineup. I got no idea.
I'm sticking to the Ladd, especially if it's full PPR.
Yeah, it's guillotine.
Yeah.
Man. And Ladd has had more 20-point games than DK.
Right.
It's just DK is like the only guy there in Pittsburgh. That's why, it's like
but I just feel like I've been saying that all year.
And I still have Justin Jefferson too on my bench. It's supposed to rain there though.
Jefferson should have had 2 touchdowns last week. He had a touchdown called back on a penalty on a stupid formation penalty or something, and then another one that just I don't think he was expecting the ball. He turned around, it was there, and it went right through his hands. And so they're close there to putting some points up with Jefferson, and that he's in their ear like I need to score, like I need the ball.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm pretty much resigned myself to getting chopped after Colson Loveland had 6 points last night, and I said like Kyle Pitts is on my bench, But, whatever.
Kyle Pitts may not blow up with Drake London back though.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Cincinnati defense versus Quinn Ewers, or Atlanta defense versus the Panthers, right? No, Cardinals. I go with Cincinnati.
What was it?
Cincinnati defense or Atlanta defense?
Oh. Yeah, I'd probably do Cincinnati.
Yep. Jacoby Brissett could play. I don't want to go against him over Quinn Ewers. Ewers could throw Cincinnati a couple picks.
Anytime you get a chance to go against a rookie making their first start like that, you pretty much always take that shot. There's a good chance of a pick 6 or something happening in that game.
Yep.
And Cincinnati does have, I can't remember his name, but they have one really good corner.
DJ Turner.
Yeah, DJ Turner. They have one really good guy that, he can shut people down. That's another reason I worry about Waddle. Exactly. Waddle's going to get all that coverage. Ewers is a guy that's going to be dependent on to getting the ball. I don't trust it at all.
DJ Turner shut down number one wide receivers all year, and
all season.
He's like the best player on a horrible team on their defense.
Which is exactly why teams kill him with the tight end, because they know they can't do that. So it's just beat him over the middle and stuff.
Yep. That's why I like Waller today.
Yeah, good call.
But the thing is, I'd rather have Waller with Tua.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you saw that fourth quarter the other day. Every play, Tua was like, boom, I got to throw it to Darren Waller. Waller scored 20-something points in the fourth quarter alone the other night for fantasy. It was insane. And that's all I needed. I told my buddy DJ, I was like, man, I need a crazy 2-touchdown fourth quarter from Darren Waller and 21 points to win the Dynasty League. And then it happened. I was like, oh, my God. It was nuts.
I've got to choose between Drake May and Jared Goff. May has had 3 30-point games, but he's on the road at Baltimore. They're 18th. They're fairly decent again for the quarterback. Goff is coming off a 31-point game versus the Rams' tough defense. Now he's got the Pittsburghs are 9th, give up the 9th most points to the quarterback. Against the Bears, Goff had a 44-point game, week 2. Since then, he's had two 30-point games and a couple 25-point games. So would you go Goff or May? I've got Goff.
I like Goff over that today. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what, man. I love this. I'm looking at my roster: Houston Texans versus Las Vegas defense. The Houston defense today versus the Raiders. Oh man, that sounds amazing.
It's Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, dude.
Man. Yep.
Woo.
Yeah, the Texans defense. Whew.
Also looking at Kenneth Walker on my bench with 35 points.
Yep.
The one week I've started him so many weeks this year, and then finally bench him here, and then he has a 100-yard game and like that 50-yard catch the other night.
I did the same thing with Kyle Pitts, and he exploded for like 50 points or whatever that one week. You know,
I don't get the Seattle, the Charbonnet shit. Like, Kenneth Walker's so explosive like that. We've seen it for like 3 years now. If you give him the ball, he's going to break a big one at some point. Kind of like Travion. You know, it's like he's going to break one. He's not as fast as Travion, but you know what I'm saying. And it's like Charbonnet's just going to get you 2 yards or whatever. Like, you know, I get it if it's 4th and 1, bring Charbonnet in, but damn it, man, keep Kenneth Walker out there. Give him 20 carries.
Yeah. Yeah, they finally did, kind of. You know, they gave him the majority of carries last one. You know, Charbonnet will always come in and vulture a touchdown.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker, man, he's kind of like Swift. If you keep getting him to the outside, he's going to break one of them. He's going to hit a hole and break one.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well,
that was a lot.
I think we're good.
Yep, that was an awesome game last night, man. I'm so happy for the Bears.
Fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, I'm fantasy stuff's only looking so right now for me, but you know, we can't win every year.
Yeah. Nope. I had a great team in the Goon League, and like the week before playoffs, I could have had a first round bye if I won my game. And I played the guy that had Shador and Kyle Pitts, and it was knocked me out. And then so I had to play round 1. And then I played, I don't know, I forget who. I played someone that had a massive game, 2 massive games.
Right.
So
yeah, that's how it goes, man.
Yep.
Well, I mean, like this doesn't even totally make sense to me. That in the Goon League, I was the 1 seed, and now I have to play the 4 seed while the 2 seed gets to play the 6. And I have to play against Puka and shit, and I've already lost now. And Joe gets to play against the 6 seed, who has nowhere near as good of a team as what I'm playing. And I was the 1 seed.
Yep.
I thought it reseeded after the bye round. I thought the high seed plays the low seed, but I guess not.
Quentin Johnson designated healthy. Thanks, Mikey.
Nice. I hadn't seen that officially yet. That's what I need.
Does that lower Ladd at all for you?
Not really. No, I think Quentin Johnson's the big play guy there for, maybe the touchdowns, but Ladd's going to get the bulk of the shit getting them down the field. And yeah, I think they're both great plays. I mean, that could be a lot of points in that game.
I agree.
Don't feel like you got to start Quentin Johnston there, but I tell you, like I said, if you need the upside, I'm playing against Puka, and I'm going to play him for that chance of 2 touchdowns and 25-point game.
Yep.
Because that's what I got to have right now. 10 points from Jalen Waddle or anything is not going to help me.
I need huge games from Bijan, Bucky, Olave, Juwan Jennings, Lab McConkey, Michael Wilson, just to stay alive in guillotine.
Yeah. You just never know. It can happen.
Yep.
Then again, they could all hit you 5 points and you get crushed.
Yep. Yeah. I wish I had Kyle Pitts in there again, but we'll see. I don't like having multiple guys in the same game.
Right.
Bijan and Pitts,
Yeah. Yeah, that's another reason I'm not down for playing I played Goddard over Ferguson because I have CD and Dak, and I didn't want to go all 3 Cowboys.
Exactly. Yep, you don't. Yeah, that's.
And Goddard got a touchdown for me. He got his usual red zone target there.
Touchdown in that game. Not this week, but the week before.
Oh yeah,
he had a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, Goddard had a huge game last week, like 25 points or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. He's been awesome this year, man. I think he broke the Philadelphia tight end touchdown record last night for a season.
And last week I wanted to pick him up at guillotine and start him, and I didn't. I was like, I thought, 25 points he was on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Nobody picked him up or started him.
Yeah. I played him against you in Barroom last week when he did that. Yeah, I had him against you on that team.
Yep, exactly. I could have picked him up for guillotine. I forgot who I played instead. I think I played Darren Waller. He was all right, but
he only got 12 points last night, but that's pretty good from your tight end. You'll take that every week from your tight end, really.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, all right. What do you say we cut it loose?
Yes, sir. You all have a great day. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Good luck to everyone this week, and hopefully we'll see you all for one more week next week. And
tune in to Barroom. There's lots of shows. Gabriel Talks Football Monday, John Buffone on Tuesday.
Plenty to talk about this week on those shows.
Brother Souls on Wednesday. Weekend sports betting tips and Willis Twin Towers on Friday. And then back on Barfly Tailgate on Sunday and Fantasy Football Goon.
Everyone enjoy all those shows and enjoy this time of the year because it's been a long time since we're still excited at this point of the year. So have fun and enjoy it while we can, man. It's been a great season. And
we're thinking, we don't know what week it'll be, but if the Bears do make the playoffs, we might do a Barroom Bears playoff special.
Awesome.
Podcast with everybody.
That would be great.
So drop in at whatever time Aldo says, drop in and talk about the team.
Speaking of Aldo, man, he posted that video last night after the game. I'm like, thinking Aldo, we love you, but calm down there. Calm down. We need to keep.
Sees this, he's gonna lock him up.
We need to keep you healthy. Don't get yourself back in the hospital getting too worked up there.
I'm gonna clip some of that for Bare Their Souls. I'll tell you.
Yeah, he was all worked up. So that I was like, all right, somebody calm him down now. Get his blood pressure down. And he was all kinds of worked up. That's awesome, though. I love Aldo.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up. I thought he was going to have another grabber.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, somebody calm him down before he goes too far here. But that was awesome. That's how I felt, too. So it was an amazing game, amazing night. And let's carry it over, and everybody have a great holiday.
Yep. Best of luck. All right, Adam. Happy holidays.
See you, Tooch.
All right.